Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to go over my top 3 controllers to use for the GameCube Classics NSO app on the Nintendo Switch 2. So let's jump in. So number 3 on my list is the Battler GC Pro here. I made a video about this controller because this controller is unique where you can use the Bluetooth of the controller to connect to the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2. And it has an option, it has a dongle that goes into the GameCube to use it wirelessly like a Wavebird for the GameCube. So I've used this a good bit already and I really like the feel of it. And you can see it has the same button mapping of the Nintendo GameCube controller, which is important when playing these games. You can remap the buttons now, but I like being able to just jump in and knowing everything's where it should be. So I'm going to just test each of these controllers, the top 3 out, with a couple of these different games. I'm going to start with this controller with Soul Calibur 2. So I already used these, but I'm going to jump into Soul Calibur 2 here.
Versus Berserker.
Berserker, okay. It's a good test here.
Your noble final battle. Fight.
Alright. But it's pretty, oh my gosh, it's pretty responsive. The buttons work how you'd expect the GameCube controller to work. I've actually been using the Pro just out of convenience lately, so I'm kind of messing up in that way. But, you know, X's kick, everything is mapped properly, and this controller is really comfortable. Oh, there we go. Come on, let's go. Oh, all right. Oh, so you freaking... No! Oh, I did that. Oh, no. All right, so we got the win with it. Battler GC Pro, you can get this from Retro Fighters. Good controller, and if you want it to double as a wireless GameCube controller for the actual GameCube, it's a good choice. So let's move on to controller number 2 out of my top 3. My number 2 controller for the GameCube NSO app is the Switch 2 Pro controller. I mean, it's hard to beat using a GameCube-like controller, like the Battler GC Pro, but the Switch 2 controller just feels so nice, and I'll just kind of jump into Wind Waker here with it. I think I wouldn't have this one at number 2 if it wasn't for the button remapping, because I can kind of just... I mentioned in a previous video that I changed the camera from being inverted, moving left to right, because before if you pushed it to the left it would look right. I fixed that, and I'm able to move the buttons exactly where I want them to feel pretty natural, and this controller is just so comfortable. And because this one can actually wake the system up and everything. Oh, I'm getting caught. Oh, I'm going to jail. But this controller is just hard to beat for really any game, and it works really well with the GameCube app here. So yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, definitely a good option for the GameCube app. So let's move on to my number 1 controller to play GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch 2. Alright, so my number 1 controller for the Nintendo Switch 2 GameCube app is, of course, the Nintendo GameCube Classic controller, Bluetooth controller that Nintendo released for NSO members to purchase. This controller just feels so authentic to the original, and you just can't beat it. It being Bluetooth, it has the chat button, it has the home button, it has everything you need. It has a SL button to play GameCube games. And, like I said, it has the chat button, and it actually has a gyroscope, so you could even use this to, like, play Splatoon or other games with gyroscopes. This controller, I'm just loving it. The classic purple, you can't beat it. I'll kind of jump into a race here, just to show it in action a little bit here. Okay, so I'm actually a little bit I've been a little bit stuck in this level. But using this controller, I should be good. Okay, let's get it. It just feels so good hitting those analog triggers. The Y button, all the button layout being what it's supposed to be. Oh my god, I'm sucking. This controller's great. It's just me that sucks, I promise. All right, let's get it. Holy. These laps, these races in F-Zero GX take kind of long here. But now that I have boost power, we're gonna get it. Holy freaking moly. Let's get some health back. Oh. Guys, the controller's great. It's just me. It's just me. But yes, the Nintendo GameCube Classic controller, which is available for NSO members on Nintendo's website, is by far my favorite controller to use on the GameCube app. I can't wait to play Mario Strikers with this thing, the Pokemon games, Luigi's Mansion. If you're a Nintendo GameCube fan, I definitely recommend this controller. And like I said, the Battler GC Pro controller is a good alternative if you want to get a controller, but it's similarly priced to the Nintendo's offering. So if you have a GameCube, you want to play actual wireless with that, this is worth it. But if you're just looking to play on the GameCube NSO app and some other games, I would just pick one of these up. An honorable mention I want to make here is, which I was seeing online. I was seeing some people say it worked for them. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me when I was testing out controllers. Is if you have one of these GameCube USB adapters, which you could use for playing Smash, using the GameCube controller on Smash on the Wii U and on the Switch. It worked for me on the Wii U and on the Switch 1, but it was not working for me for the Switch 2. But if you have a different one, a different brand one, because I kind of got the off-brand. I don't know if you can see. It just says GameCube controller adapter for Wii U and PC USB. So it's a little bit generic. So that might be one of the reasons it's not working on the Switch 2. And if you have one of these GameCube controllers Nintendo released for Smash with that adapter, it would also be a good option. It'd be very similar to using the GameCube NSO controller, but I'd rather have it Bluetooth. I'm going to look around. I might actually still look for an adapter that works for it, because I have 4 GameCube controllers. If I have friends over, it'd be nice to actually let everyone use a GameCube controller, and I won't have to buy 4 of the NSO ones. But yeah, definitely check that out. If you have an adapter, I would definitely check to see if that would work, because that would be a good option as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it, and if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. Until the next one, thanks for watching. Bye!